Hi, I'm Lynette Hanover, and for the first time, you're going to be seeing some happiness interviews. In 2015, I had the idea of traveling the world and interviewing people about what brings them joy, how we can increase our connectedness in our neighborhoods, and then also how to expand that joy throughout the world. And it was important to me to interview people from different cultures and backgrounds and ages and philosophies because I feel that every voice is important. You are important. And the more that we can get this cross section of people sharing about joy, the better for all of us to increase our wellness, our harmony, our connectedness, our tranquility, and a whole lot of other positive benefits. In addition to going out into communities, I also have the privilege of interviewing some top experts who share their insights on how we can live more joyfully, more harmoniously, increase our prosperity, and just really increase that happiness on a daily basis. It was in 2020 when I started hosting online sessions to help people connect with topics and ideas to increase our joy as a daily reality. During these sessions, we had amazing people share their philosophies and ways we can enhance our daily experience of living our lives in a very positive way. So here they are for the first time ever, some happiness interviews. You're going to see them here. Plus, check it out because they're going to be on social, they're going to be in happiness exhibits, and soon coming up is a documentary, film, series, or both.
I am a teacher for the visually impaired, so I get the honor to work with these children and families that are just the most special kids in the world, that really they could be as smart as ever, getting straight A's in school but not know how to tie their shoe, and they're just missing those little gaps. But being able to work with the families and working with those children and filling in those gaps and creating a life for these kids, giving them their independence, is what is happiness to me.
When you think about Billy Madison, right, the happy place, is in a crystal clear, freezing cold spring in the woods. You find it, it's amazing. So that's where I find happiness.
So she's a very important influence in my life. Very spiritual. She's traveled to Bali. Just a very deep and intellectual woman. Pretty much a great role model to me on so many different levels. And she's pretty much the mom I never had. So I look up to her in so many different ways.
The little things are amazing. Like if somebody opens the door and closes it, it's like the best thing. And my friends are pretty cool. They're happy and everything, so it's fun. And they love to be around good vibes, good everything.
You know, it's sitting out on my deck today, listening to the birds and actually seeing a few little buds come off of my cactus, and I thought to myself, had I not been sitting here doing this today, I would have missed this wonderful opportunity to just kind of be in touch with nature and be in touch with myself. So that was my happiness. It continues to be my happiness for the day.
That's what makes me happy. It's the contentment of a great relationship. It's being able to see the love in someone else's eyes and say, the world's okay right now. You know, it may not be everywhere, but thank God right now, here at this moment, it's okay. Everything's good. So that's my happiness. Is her. Thank you.
From having someone pull over on the road to try and help me, from someone asking how my day is. I asked somebody about coffee earlier and we went off a tangent and talked for a good 5 minutes about coffee. It was a good time. People down here are so nice that the idea of Southern hospitality is like a true, real thing, and it's nice to actually see that. You can find it everywhere. It's just where you look and how you look at it. It's your perspective.
Eat a little ice cream and talk a little bit. That makes me happy. What do you have to say?
Hey! Let me tell you what made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
You
and all my daddy raggedy kids, because we get good together. Ooh, I'm the baby. Let me tell you the fun about being the baby. You get a whole lot of beat downs for doing life things. But the thing behind love is having them to chastise you. Yeah, to chastise you, give you. You're gonna make me cry.
Don't cry.
She's gonna be happy.
She really get ready to.
Oh, y'all, this is making her happy.
So, what makes me happy is having lots of friends around me that show me love and respect, and having a family that supports me no matter what. But also having an awesome fiance that is also just the love of my life. And
people that I love, which includes friends and family. And then also just like getting to enjoy just like moments with people, and like connecting with others. And I love being outside, and I love the beach. And traveling is the other thing that makes me very, very happy.
One of the things that makes me the most happy, I'm actually a completely unoriginal person. I like to call myself like a melting pot, and what makes me happy is everyone around me that I get inspired from.
Wake up with an intention to be happy. Wake up with an intention to be kind. Wake up with an intention to spread love. So just have intent, be intent, and be purposeful when it comes to love and happiness, because at the end of the day, while there are emotions, they are emotions. If we are balanced in that and we have overall fulfillment, when we think that we're having a bad day, we can calibrate a little bit better, because overall we're fulfilled and we're waking up with good intentions as opposed to bad intentions. And as they say, and I believe that this is more than a cliche, love will always win.
Well, right now, the things that make us happy the last 20 years is our vacation. And we run the store and work here. I'm 81, and we just do it to pay for our vacation. And so we go to the British Virgin Islands, to Jost Van Dyke, which is a very tiny island.
I wrote this yesterday. It said, people understand that leading purposeful lives leads to greater happiness and every kind of true success.
I said, listen, I'm going to keep living my life as long as I'm living, because if I don't live my life as long as I'm living, I just might as well give up, and just hide in a little corner of some room someplace and say, life doesn't exist. But that's not true. Life does exist, and it's out here in the big world. And this is where I'm going to be until we get ice and snow that'll make me stay in. So, Okay, so that's it. I'm going to be living my life with a big B-E.
I always call it no box thinking. They said, everyone says thinking out of the box. And I always say my parents raised me with no box. There's no, so I always call it no box thinking.
I adopted a power word for the year with my wife 4 years ago. Resolve, R-E-S-O-L-V-E. Looking at resolve and the definition of resolve, which really was more, I had looked at resolutions and said, people don't keep resolutions because I don't think they understand what resolve really is. But if you understand resolve is a definite decision. It's an action. It means I have a plan and I am resolved. So therefore, in a sense, it's also a noun in that it becomes who you are if you embrace it and not just think of it as an action word, but think of it as a trait in your personality that you have resolve and you get things done.
What real power is to ourselves, which is being kind to ourselves, which I think is such an amazing thing, how hard we can be on ourselves. That we have these inner critics that just don't let up. And when we can just allow ourselves to just take that moment to just breathe and drop into that place of sweetness to ourselves. And we just say, I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with...
Is we think that there's some place where happiness lives, that there's some set of conditions that create happiness. And it's really, I don't believe it's true. There is not a perfect set of conditions that create happiness. Are there a set of conditions that might bring you happiness in the next 5 minutes? Sure. But the truth of the matter is that those 5 minutes are going to pass, and then the next 5 minutes there's going to be a different set of conditions. So when I say to keep seeking or looking for happiness, that's the thing that allows us to actually realize it.
Analyze the reviews, and based on that, let's create some new copy. Let's create some new marketing ideas. Let's create some new products that don't seem to be addressed. So that's a great way to use AI, is analyzing.
Is an inanimate object, and AI is an inanimate object. Can it make you happy? Not really. You are the one that makes you happy. And so you have to take the steps in the right direction. But I think that AI is really profoundly changing our world, and there's a lot of good for it.
What you do is you free up your energy. And you kind of go, you know what? I know this is where my soul would like to be, and this is what I've created, and there's a little gap here. So the way to start to bridge that gap is by just really awakening your authenticity. And that goes back to, it's time to let your freak flag fly, ladies and gentlemen.
I sure hope you enjoyed that sampling of happiness interviews, and there's so many more to come on social and happiness exhibits, and also in the documentary film series, or both. This is also a great time to express big gratitude for both the sponsors and people who've donated to make all of this happen on Big Time Happiness. So if you're interested in finding out more about how you can financially support these endeavors to bring joy into the world, be sure to check out the website at bigtimehappiness.com or the description of this video. My name is Lynette Hanover, and as always, I wish you a life full of love and happiness. Bye for now. Hey everyone, it's Lynette. Be sure to click on the like and subscribe buttons for this video, plus clicking on the bell will help you get notified. Toss some comments in the chat about who we should have with us on an upcoming show. I wish each of you a life of love and happiness.